Ladies and gentlemen, good day and welcome to Q1 FY22 results conference call of Mitsui Plast Limited, hosted by Kirin Advisors. As a reminder, all participant lines will be in the listen-only mode, and there will be an opportunity for you to ask questions after the presentation concludes. Should you need assistance during the conference call, please signal an operator by pressing star then 0 on your touchtone phone. Please note that this conference is being recorded. I now hand the conference over to Mr. Vastupal Shah from Kirin Advisors. Thank you, and over to you, Mr. Shah.
Thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. I would like to welcome Mr. Manish Dedia, Joint Managing Director and CFO of Mitsui Plast Limited. Mr. Manish, over to you.
Thank you, Vastupalji. Good afternoon, everyone. I thank you for taking time out from your busy schedules and extended a warm welcome to all of you for the conference call of Mitsui Plast first quarter of FY22. Before we take you through the performance of your company in the first quarter, let me elucidate of the economic condition that prevailed during the period under review. We have seen demand recovery in past few months. Last year was severely affected due to corona pandemic. The second wave did have a negative impact on the industry, leading to unexpected lockdown, factory shutdown and demand disruption for the first 2 months of FY22. But now we are seeing economy in normalizing. There is a pickup in demand and gradually expected to rise slowly and steady pace. Although S&P Global Rating cut India's growth forecast for the current fiscal to 9.5% from 11% earlier and warned of risk to the outlook from further waves of COVID pandemic, we believe the impact will not be so severe as felt in the first wave. Various steps taken by state and central government to break the chain. Vaccination across the countries at various age groups and learning from COVID to stencil in worst situation will enable people as well as companies to mitigate the impact of the third wave of COVID pandemic. Now let me give you industry perspective for plastic molding industries. The global blow molded plastic market size was valued at $75.7 billion in 2020 and is expected to grow at a compound annual growth rate of 3.3% from 21 to 28. Growing demand from the key application sectors including construction, automotive and packaging, particularly in bricks, is expected to drive the market over the forecast period. Amid the global COVID-19 pandemic, the demand for various pharmaceutical products, disinfectants and sanitizers has increased. This is turning driving the demand for blow molded plastics in medical applications. The segment is expected to grow at a higher rate than a consumable and electronics and building construction segments. There has been a surge of capacity addition in high growth regions such as the Middle East and Asia Pacific over the last few years. These regions are creating a consistent demand for this type of plastic in addition to helping in reducing the overall manufacturing cost. The global blow molded plastic market size was the blow molding injection molded plastic hold immense growth for potential, particularly in the medical and automotive industry, is expected to grow at CAGR of 4.3% during 21 to 28 to $390.3 billion. Now coming the central government notification of ban on single-use plastics items from July 1, 2022, increased thickness of polythene bag to 120 microns. The manufacture, import, stocking, distribution, sales and use of following single-use plastic including polystyrene and expanded polystyrene commodities shall be prohibited with effect from July 1, 2022. Earbuds with the plastic sticks for balloons, plastic flags, candy sticks, ice cream sticks, polystyrene for decoration, plates, cups, glasses, cutlery such as forks, spoon, knives, straws, trays, wrapping of packing films around sweet boxes, invitation cards and cigarette packets, plastic or PVC banners less than 100 micron, stirrers. The notification reads, so I would like to tell our products does not come under this purview. So at least Mitsukam is in a different segment from this. The industry is expected to witness the highest growth in the medical devices, healthcare furniture, component sector, optical clarity, biocompatibility and cost-effective method of production are expected to drive demand for injection and blow-molded plastic in the medical industry. Stringent regulatory scenario regarding medical-grade polymer used in the healthcare sector is anticipated to positively impact growth to the sector over next few years. Rising preference towards biodegradable polymers among medical device manufacturers is also anticipated to create profitable opportunities in the medical industry over the forecast period. Mitsukam Plast possesses strong capabilities in the injection molding, blow molding and custom molding. Customized molding capabilities makes Mitsu a preferred supplier as against its competitors. We want to assure you that your company is all set to ride on rising demand from packaging industry as well as hospital and medical segment. With a strong product portfolio and proposed new launches, the product innovation and value engineering is in DNA of the company, and your company has set new benchmarks in offering quality products and highest customer satisfaction, which has made the Mitsu brand a name to be recognized with. Your company has emerged as the promising player and has migrated from maiden IPO, which was held in September 2016, to main board of BSE in May 2020 in the COVID time. Now I will take you through the financial performance of the company in the last quarter. Your company witnessed strong demand growth in the last quarter and grew more than double at its bottom line. Mitsukam Plast reported 104% year-on-year net profit growth to 3.69 crore. Your company registered sales growth of 82.6% to report sales of rupees 59.46 crore for the first quarter of FY22. The strong business growth as compared with quarter 1 FY21 pandemic period indicating the business is back on the track for the next level of growth. EBITDA of the company increased by splendid 52.8% to rupees 7.9 crore and EBITDA margin was healthy at 13.4%. Company's finance cost reduced by 15.5% and aided profit before tax and PAT growth. Company's PBT grew 113.5% to rupees 5.46 crore and PAT grew by 104.20% to rupees 3.69 crore. If we talk about the growth experienced by each product category, our packaging business has seen a growth of 7%. The hospital furniture business grew by 113%. Automotive component business grew by -94%. This I am calculating versus March 21 quarter, the fourth quarter. For the quarter, our factories have been working at 61% capacity of our total available capacity. For the period, our working capital cycle was 57 days, for which the improvement can be seen over 66 over the last quarter, March 21. So now I open the floor for Q&A.
Thank you very much. We will now begin the question and answer session. Anyone who wishes to ask a question may press star and one on their touchtone telephone. If you wish to remove yourself from the question queue, you may press star and two. Participants are requested to use handsets while asking a question. Ladies and gentlemen, we will wait for a moment while the question queue assembles. Participants, you may press star and one to ask a question. The first question is from the line of Parthiv from NVS. Please go ahead.
Good afternoon, sir. Hello?
Good, sir, you're audible.
Yeah. Good afternoon, sir. Sir, my question is, basically, we have clocked a top line of, say, 60 crores, almost 60 crores. And that's a pretty good run rate, especially over last 2 to 3 quarters now. So, and also you mentioned that, you will get more, demand from packing and medical side of the business. So what is the, if you have any kind of order book for next 3 quarters or 2 quarters, and otherwise, what is the internal perception of what kind of a top line growth and margins that company can maintain?
Yeah, so I think, if you can see, this is a start of the quarter, and definitely we will maintain this kind of top line for sure. And for the profit, always you have seen quarter to quarter we are improving in the profitability as well.
So the margins will be maintained going forward?
Yes.
Okay. And so the other question I have is, say, about you have a debt, I believe, of about, say, 23-25 odd crores. And you're making that kind of a profit. So any plans to, repay the debt for this year as well?
So yes, definitely your question is valid, and we are not immediately going for the same repayment of the complete debt.
Okay.
So we will have a good expansion plan in near future. So we will do utilize that the profitability maybe in that initial expansion mode.
Okay. Sir, also, the dividend what you have paid is quite minuscule, considering, your equity share capital is pretty small compared to the market cap as well. So any plans to, reward the shareholders? Because when you're making, I would say, a profitability of, say, 4 crores per quarter, that's a run rate of 15-16 crores a year. So any plans to, increase the dividend payouts for the investors, or just like what you did last year by giving bonus, something like that kind of a reward policy?
Yeah. So see, Mitsui always believes in shareholders' perspective for definitely. But as company is growing stage right now, and I think that we, as I said, those money will be using in the expansion of the products and the capacity.
Okay. But just going back to the very first question, so are you considering, even if by chance, third wave comes in, are you still confident of, clocking the same kind of a top line?
Yes.
Okay.
Also, we will definitely maintain this top line. We will maintain this for sure, but we are definitely, our targets are little higher on that.
Okay.
So, this will be, you'll see quarter to quarter is a better results for sure.
Oh, so do you have any kind of a order book in the hand or something like that?
So in our industry, generally, we do not keep order books of more than 1 month.
Because
okay. A lot of price variations, raw material price variations. So it's a very dynamic situation. So we have to, every month we have to change our rates.
Okay. Got it, sir. Got it. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you. Participants, you may press star and one to ask the question. Ladies and gentlemen, you may press star and one to ask the question. The next question is from the line of Apurva Mehta, an individual investor. Please go ahead. Apurva, may I request you to unmute your line from your side and go ahead with the question, please? Apurva Mehta, we are unable to hear you. May I request you to unmute your line from your side and go ahead with the question? Due to no response, we move on to the next participant. The next question is from the line of Jaina Shah, an individual investor. Please go ahead.
Hello. Good afternoon, sir. So my question is, what are the products under hospital furniture business?
Excuse me. Can you just repeat your question, please?
Yes. So my question is, what are the products do we have under hospital furniture business?
Okay. So we make complete parts of hospital beds, which is in a plastic, and we supply to hospital bed manufacturer with the side trolley, with the table tray and the stretchers.
Okay. So are there any unique products which we have under this category?
Yeah. I mean, like there are a lot of unique products as well. So we have 2 patented products as well, which we have already launched in this quarter.
Okay. So thank you so much, sir.
Thank you. Yeah.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, you may press star and one to ask a question. The next question is from the line of Nilesh Karani from Magnum Equity. Please go ahead.
Hi, sir. Good afternoon and very good set of numbers.
Thank you. Thank you, Nilesh.
Yeah. So only one question. Like, see, we did good this in hospital business, like 113% growth, correct?
Yes.
So
sir.
do we see like same line of growth for next 2-3 quarters, or it would be stagnant here at what we are right now?
So yeah, it's a good question. So I think see, right now the surge has come in a hospital furniture business. So maybe this can remain at least in this quarter. I mean, like quarter 2. I do not know about quarter 3, quarter 4, but yes, it will be not drastically down, but it will remain, almost a Q4 situation.
So basically, what type of marketing we do here, like, how we get this business? Can you just throw some light on that?
Sir, you need to repeat. What did you say? How?
How do we do this marketing of this products, and how we get the orders? Can you just throw some light on that?
Yeah. So all the hospital manufacturers are earlier they used to import the panels, and they used to supply the beds to hospitals. Now, as we have already there in the market from last so many years, and it's now there is a lot of issues from China as well. So we get orders from the local market only. And we have already promoted. I mean, like each and every hospital bed manufacturer knows us. We have all the database and we have tapped them. So I think that's how I mean, like, we cater to almost all our India market.
So more broadly, like, do we need to empanel with the hospitals, or what, they directly come to us? That is what.
No. So we do not entertain to hospital at all, because we supply to hospital bed manufacturer only.
Okay. Got it, sir. Got it.
Yes.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you,
Nilesh. Right.
Thank you. Participants, you may press star and one to ask a question. The next question is from the line of Parthiv from NVS Brokerage. Please go ahead.
Yeah, sir. Just continuing our talk from the previous questions ahead. you, as you mentioned that you would put the money back to the capex and everything for the company. Am I correct, sir?
Yes.
Yeah.
We
So
would like to do that. Yeah.
Yeah. So right now we have some three facility, two at Tarapur and one at Khalapur. So any capex plans to increase the capacity, and what is the capacity at each plant?
So I think, I can tell you overall capacity right now. So we are running at 61%, because of, up and down in the month-wise business. But what you said, yes, definitely we are planning for expansion, but definitely we will inform BSE and definitely our plans. Once it's a constructive manner, we will definitely inform.
Okay. Okay. Cool. Okay. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. The next question is from the line of Pritesh Voda from Mission Holdings. Please go ahead.
Hello, sir. Can you hear me?
Yes, Pritesh, right.
So, can you take us through your growth plan, like say, how you are equipped with your facilities, and how do you see growth, whether the capacity is sufficient to grow, what is the utilization level, and do you plan to do some more capex? How do you plan to grow from here on?
Right. So right now, as I said, we have a 20,000 ton capacity.
20,000 ton capacity.
Yes. 22,000 approx per annum.
Okay.
And we are doing right now we are at 61% utilization of that production.
Mm-hmm.
So I think you can calculate very well that what are the opportunity. Yes, definitely, and we are doing a lot of on a plant side. We are doing a lot of improvement there where we can increase our capacity, how we can utilize our machine on a better with a better margin, with a better production. So
Okay.
definitely this can grow at a very good level. So maybe we can increase in a very 60 to 70 in a very near future.
Okay. So you are saying 60% utilization can go to 70% utilization.
Yes. That can be easily. Depends on the market again. So you must have seen this. The whole quarter was too much turbulence, the sudden lockdown came, and June was also little okay. So we have to manage with obviously the market as well.
Okay. So you are saying that capacity is sufficient. So supply side, there is no issue.
No, there is no issue. From the supply raw material is also no issue.
No issue. So basically, how much capacity you can do maximum? Can it go to 100% or 80%?
No, it can go to 85% maximum. 85% smoothly we can go.
Okay. And this is the supply side. How is the demand side capacity is picking up? What do you see the...
Sir, you need to repeat because your voice got disconnected in between.
There is some static coming from your line.
I'm saying the supply side, you mentioned that you can go up to 85% capacity of the plant. How about the demand side? How is the market behaving, and how do you see the product, whatever you are producing, how the demand will shape up over the period of time?
I mean, definitely there is the export market is also very good, but because of this, you must have read in the newspaper there are a lot of problems with the export freight. So those business was little down, and I think it's gearing up again, and definitely the demand is we can see the increasing from August month. We are seeing good growth. So definitely from buying side also demand is coming up. I must say this will be again a very good year for Mitsu as well.
And which segment do you see the demand? As you said, the hospital may have topped out. So if that segment is not firing, then which other segment will fire for you?
No, so container business is always, like we are 80% in container business. So definitely that is going to have a good demand in the market. And hospital, I have not said it will go down. I will say it will remain almost, that pace only. It will not, you cannot say it will be multifold. Immediately it is not multifold.
Container business is 80% of the revenue, is it?
Sorry?
Container business is 80% of the revenue, is it?
Yes.
And hospital segment is what percentage of the revenue?
It was 18% and 2% was others, like, we are into infrastructure also, so the chairs and other segment.
2% other segment?
Yes.
So, what is happening in the 80% of the business? Container business is growing at what rate?
You can see the container business is also going from last March, we have grown 7%.
Okay.
From March quarter, we grown 7%, and in hospital furniture, we grown 113%.
Okay. So basically, if our growth doesn't come now subsidized from hospital furniture, the company can grow at 7% maximum.
No, I did not say that, because we have a interchangeability also. If the hospital furniture doesn't come, then definitely the container will grow at that pace, because it's not 7% restricted to that. It was a last year to comparison, last quarter comparison. But yes, definitely we are increasing sales in the container business as well.
Okay. But then why it has grown only 7% last year? Is there any, because if hospital business I can understand because of the COVID related stuff, there is a lot of bad
I'll give you exact answer. So what happens is, we have a same machinery, almost same machinery we use for container and the furniture part as well. So when you have a container business, when you have a furniture part business, so yeah, definitely that containers will be little bit reduced in that.
No, but your utilization is only 60%, no? So if the business would have continued, you could have continued even in container business because your utilization is very low. So it is not hospital business which is replacing container business, right?
Yes, it is. Somewhere it is, yes.
So that is my question, no? So you not answered that. Are you replacing container business with hospital business? If it is so, why? Because your capacity utilization is only 60%.
No, see, every machine has a different capacity. So some of the product, which is a hospital, which we can produce container and which we can produce hospital. So in that, yes, definitely hospital will take over that container business for sure. About others, like, the large business, large blow molding. So definitely there was no good export business because of the container freight. So we had a little lesser demand in the month of May and June. So that was again a big part on that.
And what is the EBITDA margin in respective segment?
Sorry?
What is the EBITDA margin in respective segment? Like, what is the container EBITDA margin? What is the hospital furniture EBITDA margin?
So definitely it is a little more than container business in hospital furniture.
How much more?
So it is around 16 to 17% EBITDA in furniture.
Okay. And main business?
So it is 12 to 13%.
12 to 13%.
Yes.
All right, sir. Thank you very much. Wish you all the best.
Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Participants, you may press star and one to ask a question. Next question is from the line of Apurva Mehta, an individual investor. Please go ahead.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Apurva. Yeah.
Yeah, congrats for the good sets of numbers. I have few questions to ask, sir. So my first question is, what are the growth drivers for the quarter one on year?
What are the?
What are the growth drivers for the quarter one?
Okay. So the growth driver was definitely furniture part in that quarter one segment, quarter one result. And definitely the demand was there in the furniture part as well. So that was a growth part. Growth one. Yeah.
Okay. And sir, what is the total number of clients we have?
500 plus.
Okay, 500 plus. In that, how many are active clients?
I'm talking about active one.
Sorry?
I'm talking about active one right now, 500 plus.
Okay, 500 clients are active. So what is the contribution from top 10 clients in your revenue?
So around top 10 people are giving me around 70% business.
Okay, at domestic and international both.
Yeah, we have a mostly local business only.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And our finance cost was lower by 15.5%. So what is the main reason behind that change in interest cost or repayment?
No, you have to repeat the question, sir. Sorry.
Sir, our finance cost was lower by 15.5%. Okay. So what is the main reason behind that? Change in interest cost or repayment?
Yeah, both. So repayment and interest. Interest rate has also reduced in the last year. So it is now we can see the effect. And definitely we did repayment also.
Okay, sir. How much repayment, sir?
Sorry?
How much repayment, sir?
I'm sorry, I do not have the figures right now with me. What amount repayment, and I'm sorry, this is I can't tell you right now.
Okay.
I don't know the exact amount. Sorry for that.
Okay, no issue, sir. Yeah, thanks. That's all from my side.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Participants, you may press star and one to ask a question. Next question is from the line of Yashwant Kedkar, an individual investor. Please go ahead.
Yeah, it is Yashwant Kedkar, not Yashwant Kedkar. Good afternoon, sir. I have two questions. Before that, let me congratulate for a good set of numbers. First question is like just continuing with the previous question. I just wanted to understand, you said there is a reduction in the interest cost also. So what is the average cost we will have for the current year? So I may not want a quarter, but what can be the interest cost for the full year, FY22? This is my first question. And the second question is that how do we see ourselves different from the competitors? So what can make us strong as compared to our competitor, which will drive the growth? Thank you so much, sir.
Okay. So thank you for your comment. And the first question, you said what was the interest rate? So interest rate is we are enjoying right now from 7% to 8.5%, different bank, some different interest. And definitely we are always striving for the lesser interest rate. So we do that. About the second one question you asked, how you are differentiate from the competitor. Definitely the first thing I will say quality. So we really maintain our quality, and we are looking for always a good quality. The second one is a customer service, and the third one is a customer approach on with a unique things like I can say, what exactly they want and where we can save their money. So we have a lot of examples. We have saved our customers packaging cost drastically, where because we understand what is their requirement, how they are buying, and definitely. So that's a definitely I can say we have a brilliant team of doing that, and that's how we are different. So even we got a comment from our customers. Yeah, really nobody has told us this, and they saved huge rupees in crores rupees. So when we give solutions, so definitely this way we are definitely we feel that we are different from the competitor.
Okay, sir. Thank you so much. And now, sir, economy is returning back. So, do we have any good pickup, we say, in the automobile segment? This is one question. And the second question is that are we supplying directly to the OEM automobile, or we are in the secondary market?
No. So, first question, can you please repeat? First question.
So the first question is like how much is coming from the automobile? Okay. And
Again, your voice got disconnected. I'm sorry.
What is our contribution from the automobile segment, and what we are seeing as the economy is returning back? Are we seeing any good uptick in the demand? This is the first question. And
Yes.
the second question is like, are we supplying to the OEM or we are in the secondary market?
No, we are supplying to OEM. I'll give you that kind of answer. First OEM. And the first question was definitely we have a degrowth of automotive business, and definitely somewhere we felt that was not a good profitable business, and hence we have we are definitely not increasing that business right now. But yes, further going, definitely we are seeing a lot of growth as the BS6 things will come up, and definitely new products will come up, and definitely our input will be more. Let's see, hope for the best. I can say in automotive, hope for the best, because majorly we are into commercial vehicles, so hope for the best.
Okay. So going forward,
I'm sorry, your voice is not.
Sorry, your voice is breaking.
So going forward, we see the major contribution will come from the hospital business and the container business.
Yes.
Okay. And what kind of growth do you expect for the year and from these two segments?
Ma'am, I'm sorry. I think your mobile, you're calling from mobile, and I'm not able to hear you properly. Sorry. Your question you need to repeat. Maybe you go slow, little slowly. You can speak.
Yes. Contribution.
Yashwanti, sorry to interrupt you.
Sorry. We are not able to hear you.
What is the growth you expect from this segment for the FY23?
Growth?
You expect for FY22 from this segment?
I am really sorry. I have to ask you again and again questions, but maybe you come in the range and then maybe you can connect again, please. This is my request to you. I am not able to understand the question.
It's okay, sir. Thank you. No problem. I'll connect you personally.
Hello. I'm not able to. Sorry. Yeah.
Thank you. Yashwanti, you requested to come back in the question queue if possible. Ladies and gentlemen, you may press star and 1 to ask a question. Participants, you may press star and 1 to ask a question. As there are no further questions, I will now hand the conference over to Mr. Vastapal Shah for closing comments.
Thank you everyone for joining the conference call of Mitsui Chemplast Limited. If you have any queries, you can write us at vastapal@kirinadvisors.com. And once more, many thanks for joining the conference.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
On behalf of Kirin Advisors Private Limited, that concludes this conference. Thank you for joining us. You may now disconnect your lines.